Casey? All right, as always, quick statement from the coach and then questions. Coach, go ahead.
Yeah, it was a really good series. A lot of different scenarios, and coming back first day, and then kind of holding on, and then today letting the lead slip in the ninth, and rallied there in the bottom of the ninth to win it. So hopefully we learn a little bit about uh, ourselves, and I do feel like that we have no problem playing from behind, or we just don't panic too much. We've got a pretty good team, pretty good lineup, and it all started today with Landon pitched really well, and just kept him off balance. Gave us 6 1/3, and I think he went into the seventh inning with about 80 pitches somewhere in there, and we were hoping he could get a couple quick outs, but it didn't happen. But Coyle came in and did an outstanding job again. I think he got 5 outs, something like that. But it's just good to see us do what we did. And I guess the other bright spot was McIntyre. Came in a really tough spot. When I gave him the ball, I said, "Don't worry about the runner on third. We get last at bat. Let's make sure that guy over there at first doesn't get in, doesn't score, and that'd be our big concern." And he did it. He almost got a double play ball, and I think he got a strikeout. And then I remember how it finished. But and then Souza's at bat was outstanding. He laid off the 2-2 slider down and in, the one he's been swinging at like crazy. That was a ball. He took it, and it went to a full count. And then he got the same pitch, but it was elevated for kind of a get me over strike, and he hit it right back through the middle, just the way you draw it up. And then we were off and rolling. But we got some guys swinging it really well. We got some guys that didn't swing it well this weekend, and we'll try to get that ironed out the next day or two. But overall, it's a really good weekend for us. Didn't give them anything, didn't walk very many people in the last 4 games, and didn't make a physical error. So that's always good to see.
During the night, you had hitters available on the bench. Well, was there any thought to letting Souza bat, giving him confidence in that situation?
Not letting him bat?
No. Like by letting him bat, you were giving him some confidence in yourself.
Yeah. I was going to let him hit, because he's been working hard. He sat all game. I put him in, just to get the youngster out of there, the freshman, and put more experienced guy in defensively. Had a 2-run lead, but at the same time, I didn't have a problem with him hitting at all. And if we don't score that inning, we got the bottom of the 10th, and that would have been the last inning. Just looking at that clock out there, and I don't like playing baseball with a clock, and that's why I don't coach basketball or football. I don't like the clock. I'll take the outs. But no, hopefully he gained a lot of confidence by getting that at bat, but more than anything, squaring up baseball, and I'm just glad it fell for him.
All the pitching changes and everything, were you getting worried that you might not get to the 10th if you needed it?
No, but I thought about it for real quick, and I thought, I've coached a lot of games. I've never had a tie, which it's kind of unheard of, really. I thought, well, this could be the first one, but once we loaded the base with no outs, I was feeling pretty good. I think he didn't have a good day today at the plate, and he'll tell you. The great thing about him, when he has a bad day at the plate, he doesn't take it to the field, man. He still makes play after play. And, when he didn't get him in and Maxwell had left matchup, it really doesn't matter to Logan. That's one reason I hit him in the 3-hole. He can hit lefties just as well as he hits right-handers.
And then Vouch, he hit 2 on Friday. What's going on with him in these ninth inning situations?
Yeah, well, the crazy thing, the pitch he hit the batter with was a breaking ball. And that was frustrating because he blew him up, blew the first 2 fastballs by him, and figured the guy was going to cheat out there. We were wanting him just to bounce it. And, he was way off on it. And, the first hitter, he had him down 2 strikes, and then we threw him a fastball and give the hitter, a little credit there. He smoked the ball through the 4-hole, Oppo. And, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. But, if they get hits, you can live with that. A walk every now and then, but, hitting guys, especially when you're ahead in the count like that, it's not a good thing.
It's hard to tell everything that goes down in the bullpen, but it seemed like Carter was getting loose for a while, and McIntyre had a short warm-up, and you went with Will. It worked out. Just what was your what was the logic in going to McIntyre there?
Well, first off, coach came to me. We already had it kind of out of a plan if we got to this situation, or if if it wasn't going good, who were we going to bring in, which one. And, I thought, because Carter had already pitched this weekend, I just felt like, Mac deserved a chance to get out there. They hadn't seen him. Um, and it just seemed like the right move to bring in him. He hadn't been out there. He's done it before. He has had a couple of just okay outings, his last two, and he came in and did a tremendous job. That's really what went down there.
Landon, starter, reliever, starter, and I know he's going to say it doesn't really change for him, but how impressed are you? Like, whatever the role is, he's been able to kind of fill up the zone and stay as good as in all of the roles so far.
Yeah, he's been really good. I mean, just tough kid. He doesn't care if it's 80 or 30 degrees out there. He's pitching all of it coming from the north, and didn't complain that he didn't start a game last week or whenever, and just got on the mound and did what he does. And he pitched, and like I said, it looked like he's still rolling there at the end of 6. Going to try to get him through the 7th with. I would end up throwing 92, and I think he probably was right at 80. And even if he just got a couple of outs, and then once he got to about 90, we said that's good. Honestly, I think he probably could have finished it, but Parker Cole came in and did a great job.
Yeah, the immaculate inning from Parker. I mean, he was pretty fired up about it. How cool is that of a moment to see for a guy that's worked really hard to get here?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't jinx him because I said something with 2 outs and 0-2 count on it. I turned to coach and said something. I don't know if that's like the no hitter, but he got it anyway. So, yeah, I don't know if I've seen it. Honestly, if I have, I don't remember it. I mean, I've had some really good pitchers here and throughout my career, but I don't remember it. I know we've talked about it a lot lately. We almost had one in the last year or two, but it didn't happen. And then to see him get that out, that was big for him, and he deserved that. I mean, we knew that was it. He wasn't going to pitch the 9th, so for him to get that emotional was okay with me. If he was having to go back out in the 9th, I would rather have had him throw a ball right there. But since we knew he wasn't, I'm glad he got it.
I know we talked a lot about Cujillo, another really hard hit single for an RBI today. I'm just wondering, like, when you look back, can you remember like a run or a hot streak that feels similar to this in your time here of like, not only the singles, but the home runs and the exit velo and everything?
Well, I mean, he is on fire right now. That's a tough question to answer. I've had some really good hitters as well. Yeah, I remember. I know in the fall I had one. I remember the fall of Heston Kjerstad's junior. We didn't get him out. I think he hit 600. It was a joke. I'd pull him out of games halfway through because our pitchers was trying to build him up a little bit. And that was the year that COVID hit. And he didn't get to finish that year. And but I don't know. I don't know if I've had one with the power and the batting average together like this.
And just last one for me, it's early in the season, but this off season and what you guys did in the portal and everything was so much about building depth. And I mean, you guys have a bunch of contributors even when they're not starting. How pleased are you with where the depth is right now?
Yeah, I made a comment to the guys. Gosh, was it after Friday's game? Just that I appreciated, or actually it was before the game yesterday when we were stretching it, when we meet up, that I really appreciated their attitude, and that there's guys, that are not playing today that, like in the case of Bowles, he's hitting 600 or something. He hadn't played in a while and started him today, got a hit. My comment was there's a lot of guys that deserve to play. I can't play all of you. So we're just going to try to mix it up a little bit. And in some cases, it's a matchup, which is also at the same time trying to show us what we need to do when conference gets here. But we've run some guys out there to pinch hit, and they've done a tremendous job. And when the guys have gotten their opportunity, for the most part, they've done really well. So it's been good having some of those pieces on the bench that you can go to that honestly we probably didn't have. I mean, we had a really good team in 23. We had a couple of guys get injured late in the season. Wagner, Josenberger killed us. We were rolling, and Wagner gets hit in the hand midweek game. Josenberger pops a hamstring at Georgia, like game 1, and we never really got it going again. We didn't have the bench that we have now to replace those guys. I mean, it was a big loss. And now, somebody's tweaked or has is sick or tired, it's not a drastic thing, at least as of now. So it's nice having those. It, gives us as coaches get a chance to manage the game a little bit more and think an inning or two down the road. And, do you want to take this guy out because somebody's a little better defender, but then you're thinking, what if they tie it up? He might get up again in the ninth, because all those things were going through my head in the seventh inning. Took a couple guys out, left a couple guys in, and it worked out.
I don't think Parker Coyle's given up an earned run this year, and you're pitching him twice on the weekend usually. What's been the key to his success?
Well, number one, he's throwing a lot of strikes, and so he's got a good cutter now, and then you saw, in the 3 strikeout inning, he actually featured a little bit of the straight fastball there, and it, after throwing a lot of cutters the other day, that's running in on those right-handers, and it was good. It starts that down the middle, it ends up 4 or 5 inches inside, and if they swing at it, it's hard to square it up, and then it makes his fastball look a lot harder. I think the cutter's 86, 87 maybe, and his fastball's 91, 92, 93 maybe, but it looks harder to him because they kind of got to honor that cutter's kind of his thing. And then he dumped a curveball in there today too, and we call it the big one, throw the big one, and it's his big breaking ball, and he did it. He got a late swing on that for a strikeout.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Well, just kind of tell us about your at-bat and being able to come through for your team in that moment.
Yeah, I knew that he threw a lot of sliders to lefties, so I was just trying to see one up, and I got the first available to put in the outfield for a good runner with shoes to score the ball or score.
You guys have been playing late in some games this year, and Dave's made the comment that you feel comfortable in that situation. Just felt like there was probably no panic in the dugout today.
Yeah, there was no panic. We know what we can do, and once Souza got on and let off that inning with a hit, we knew that we had a chance to score and end the game.
Parker, have you ever thrown an immaculate inning before?
Yeah, that was a first for me. Yeah.
Have you ever? I mean, like for any of you guys, have you ever been in a game at any level where you've seen that?
That's the first time. It's pretty incredible.
I think I've seen it once at the high school level, but never in college. That's pretty special.
I mean, for you, Landon, or you, Parker, I mean, just to be able to throw 9 strikes in a row like that, obviously it's difficult. Why and how were you able to do that today?
Yeah, I don't know. I just had a good feel out there. Was feeling pretty good, obviously. Had good command of everything that I was throwing. I don't think I threw a fastball even that inning. So really just having good command, trust my stuff. Just trying to do what I do. I like to think that I'm a pretty good strike thrower, so just kind of trying to command the zone.
Yeah, I mean, kind of same thing. Throwing 9 strikes in a row is hard even without a hitter in there. So it's extremely impressive when there's a Division I hitter and he was going left on right that whole inning. So that was really impressive, really fun to watch.
And then Logan, to see Nolan Souza get a hit after the struggles that he's had the last couple of weeks. How good did that feel to get that inning let off for you?
It was awesome. We all know what he can do, and the struggles that he's been going through. It's not gonna be that long. He's good. He's a great hitter. We've seen it in the fall. We've seen it in the spring, and it was really good for him and really good for us.
At what point, Parker, in that inning, do you realize you could have is it at the second strikeout when there's 2 strikes on the third guy? Like, when is it like, oh, I might have something special here?
Yeah, I would like to say in the middle, probably of that third guy. I was like, man, I don't think I've thrown a ball yet, and just kind of trying to shove that to the side and just get back to what you're doing. Just kind of make pitches.
And Charlotte had a lot of success early the past 2 days against Gabe and oh my gosh, who's the second pitcher that you guys have? Is that exactly?
Pretty big name, yeah.
Did that change anything in your approach early on, and based off what you saw the previous 2 days?
Yeah, so I guess that's kind of the upside of pitching on Sunday is you get to watch that offense twice before. And I thought the way Zach attacked them on Saturday was really impressive, and you know, he kind of set the standard for what I needed to do to have success. So I think like that is quite an advantage to get to see an offense twice before you have to pitch.
They were super aggressive all weekend. What was kind of the key for you limiting that?
I knew they were free swingers early in counts. So if I could execute pitches 0-0, 0-1, like they would get themselves out, and that's kind of what happened. You know, if you try to nibble or like leave it down the middle and 0-0 count, like they'll hit it, and they showed that. So I just tried to execute pitches early.
Logan, you know, you talked a little bit this weekend about enjoying playing the outfield, and it's kind of gotten you into a rhythm. Was there ever any frustration early in the season dealing with the hamstring injury and the slow start, or were you able to kind of stay calm and know that you were going to turn the corner eventually?
Yeah, I've been through this before, so you know there wasn't really any panic. It was just trust the process and trust, you know, what Coach Bell is doing in the weight room with me, and then you know the trainers and you know my work that I've been putting in. So there wasn't really any you know panic. It was just trust process and trust like what's going on.
You said you've been through this before, and I think I've heard Dave say that you had some hamstring stuff that hampered you at TCU too. Is that right?
Yes.
Like-
My sophomore year, it was like almost every other weekend, so that was kind of frustrating. So I've been through this, and you know, just you know, stay calm and you know, trust the process and trust the plan.
Okay, so Parker said he didn't realize what was going on until halfway through the last batter. Do you guys realize it earlier? And is it like a no hitter where you don't talk about it? I mean, kind of take us through that.
Yeah, I think after the first 3-pitch strikeout, everyone kind of thinks about it, like it's in the back of their mind. And then the second 3-pitch strikeout, it's like, all right, this is a thing, but he's probably not going to do it, right? Like he's not actually going to get it done. And then 0-2 in the third batter, you're like, it's like the biggest moment of the game. And at that point, it's like everyone's screaming at him, and then he did it and came off the mound like a madman. So yeah, it's just awesome to watch. Like, you don't see that every day for sure.
What about in the field? Did you notice what was going on?
Honestly, I didn't know until I got in the dugout.
It's like Parker's going crazy.
Yeah, I saw him go crazy. I was like, "What happened?" Like, I know he just struck him out, but what happened? And like, he just threw an immaculate inning. I was like, "Oh my god, no way!"
All right.
Guys, appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.